Yo, today got more free picks for y'all. I'm going to go live because I didn't have time to edit or record anything. So I just want to jump into it. I'm going to wait for some people to hop in here, see what happens. Never went live before, so not exactly sure what to look for, but once y'all start getting in here, let me know. Start chatting, and I'll answer some of y'all's questions and stuff like that. I'm going to send this out to my free plan real quick, and then we'll get going from there. Let me see. Let me go to my channel. Yo, what's up? Let's see. Share this. What's up, Drake? How you doing, bro? I'm going to send this out, then we can go ahead and jump into these picks that I'm going to go over 3 picks, and then I'll go through one Props Madness pick for y'all if there's a decent amount of people in here, and then we can go from there. I'll give you a pick that I find on Props Madness here. We'll go through each game, show you how I find my picks or how I go about it, and then we'll be done after that. So you'll get a free VIP pick, and you'll see my process of one way that I like to find picks here. But we'll start here first for my 3 free picks of the day. So let me find this real quick. Let's go post a pick. I think we did okay yesterday. We went, I think, to be honest with you, I think we went 5-5, so basically broke even. Probably lost like 0.2 units. We went on like a crazy run, won like 7 or 8 days in a row, and then yesterday we lost a little bit, and the day before we lost a little bit. So still profitable. Over the last 10 days, we're probably up about 15 units, which is pretty good, but yeah, we're trying to profit today, make up for yesterday. I think I can show you right here what we had yesterday. These are all the picks I had yesterday. I gave this away in my Discord for free. USC versus Maryland over 152.5. So if you want free VIP picks, I give a little bit extra in the Discord. And if you just join the free plan right here, I give away extra free picks. You see right here, get my daily free picks plus updates. If I see something throughout the day that I want to give for free as well, I'll give that out. So make sure you're subscribed here. And then also, I gave this away free in the Discord and it hit. These aren't all hits. I haven't done a recap yet. These are just all the picks. I'm pretty sure I went 5 for 5 here. So not great, not terrible, but we'll break through and have a big day pretty soon. I'm sure happens pretty consistently. But there's 6 people in here now. So I'm going to send this to my free plan and then we'll get started on the picks. Y'all can ask me questions about picks that y'all like or something. I'll go look at them too if y'all want me to. So let's send this real quick. Post a pick. Join the live stream. Giving away free picks. Let's see. All right. Basketball. Continue. Select plan. VIP. Continue, and then we'll send that out. Post pick. Done. All right, so probably not going to have a ton of people in here. We'll have a decent amount. So y'all have any questions before I get into it? First pick's going to be Devin Vassell to go under 3.5 rebounds, as you can see right here. Shooting guard, obviously. And as you can see in his last 5, he's gone under 80% of the time. Last 10, 90% of the time. Last 20, 60% of the time. So the percentages are in our favor, especially recently. Look at last 5, last 10, 90, and 80%. Exactly what you want to see. When he did go over, he only had 1 over. And then the last 10, he had 1 over as well. So he barely went over. And then he's only averaging 2.7 in his last 10, 2.6 in his last 5, and then 3.84 or 3.85 in his last 20. So that's not the greatest thing to see. Obviously, the recency bias will do it for you, especially since he's playing the Pistons. And the Pistons overall allow the 3rd least amount of rebounds. And then if you want to take a look at small forwards as well, shooting guards as well, they allow the 3rd least amount of rebounds as shooting guards as well. And I think he played them not too long ago. Yeah, He played him in January about a month ago, went under this mark, only had 3. So I'm loving this right here. I think he probably goes under, probably will have 2 or 3 at the most. That's what we're hoping for, obviously. That's going to be the first pick. Devin Vassell, under 3.5 rebounds. Any questions about that? I'll answer them. Probably should play about 30, 32 minutes in this game. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, Wemby won't be in. Wemby's out for the season, which sucks. But I don't think that'll affect how many rebounds he gets necessarily. You know what I mean? So, first pick is Devin Vassell, under 3.5 rebounds. Second pick, we're going to go with Jovic to go over 9.5 points right here. There's a few reasons for it. As always, you got to start with the percentages. In his last 5, he's gone over 60% of the time, averaging 11.6 in these games. So he's averaging well over this 9.5 mark. He had 6 against Dallas. I'm not exactly sure what happened in that game. He didn't play his normal minutes. He only played 24. And you can see he's usually playing somewhere between 26 to 27 and then all the way up to 36. So somewhere in that range. I'm sure if I messed around with the minutes, I could see what he does in those type of minute ranges. But, yeah. So in the last 5, 60%, averaging 11.6 in those games. Last 10, 13.5 in those games. Way over 9.5, obviously. Looks really, really good. You can see you had a big stretch right here where he kind of went crazy, which obviously helped that. And in the last 4 games, he kind of took a little bit of a fall off, partly because he played the Thunder and Boston. He did go over in both those games, but these are both really good defenses. Same with the Nets. Against his play style, they're a pretty good defense. And then Dallas, obviously, more towards the middle of the pack. But why I really like this is, as you can see the percentages, over 80% of the time last 20, last 10, and last 5. And then head-to-head, he went over the last time they played in December. And then in 2024 season as a whole, he's averaging 1.5 points, almost over this 9.5 mark. And he's hitting at a 61% rate, so over 9.5. And then the final reason why I like this is because he's playing the Raptors. And as you can see right here, the Raptors are 25th in the NBA in allowing points, which obviously means he's in a good situation where he's going to be able to score more points. 25 right there. That's what we're looking for. We want the matchup to be good. And when you add to the percentages, if the matchup is good, obviously we're going to want to take this right here. So 25th in points allowed. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to score. He went over the last time they played, had 14, so went well over this mark. And then in his last 20, last 10, and last 5, he's been on a heater, playing really good. So I love this pick right here, 9.5. I think that's a little bit too low. I think it should probably be around 10.5 or 11.5. That's where I'd start getting worried about it. But at 9.5, I love it. I'm taking that over all day long. So that's the second pick. Now for the third pick, let's go ahead and take a look at that guy, John Collins. And we're going to be taking him over points plus rebounds at 23.5. Now the thing about this is that he is playing the Thunder. And I think everyone knows the Thunder are a really good team. And that's shown right here. They're number 1 in the entire NBA in points allowed, but at the same time, they're 23rd in rebounds allowed. So he's going to be able to get rebounds a lot easier, but points might come a little bit harder. But the thing about it that I like is the matchup is probably mediocre, because if you put the matchup in between 1 and 23, you're probably going to get a defense that's somewhere around 12 or 13th in what we're looking at, right? So 12 or 13th, if you get what I mean. So like in between 1 and in between 23, probably 12 or 13th overall is what we're looking at here. And then also, over his last 5, he's hit this over 100% of the time. So John Collins has gone over 23.5 points plus rebounds 100% of the time in his last 5, 90% of the time in his last 10, 80% of the time in his last 20, and that's really what we want to see. We want to see consistently that he is going over in his last 20 games or so, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. I know the matchup isn't perfect. It's not the matchup that you'd probably be looking for ideally, but when you look at last 5, last 10, and last 20, and he is being this consistent, I just don't see any reason why you wouldn't take this. Now, the thing about it is he did play the Thunder literally less than a month ago, like 20-ish days ago, and he went well over this mark. He had 34 points plus rebounds in this game, and that's another reason why I absolutely love it. I'm smashing this over at 23.5. I don't know if he'll soar over it like he did in this game where he had 34, but I do think that he will probably go over, probably have 25, 26 in this game, and obviously that'll cash us out. So I would go get this line at 23.5 while you can, especially at minus 105. That's really good odds. Other books are favoring it up a little bit more. As you can see, Prize Picks doesn't count, but Bet365 has it minus 120. BetMGM has it minus 125. So DraftKings minus 105 is pretty crazy, but I'm taking this all the way up to probably minus 130-ish, minus 140, because I really do think it's going to hit. So it's not a big worry for me worrying about the odds. So that's my 3 free picks. If y'all have any questions, let's see what y'all said. How do you, where do I start at the very beginning picking players and props? So I didn't know, where I start at, my starting point. Is that what you're asking? Let me know if that's what you're asking, and I can answer that question pretty easily. On Props Madness, it's a little bit different, and then on Outlier, it's honestly a little bit easier. Because on Outlier, you can just go look at hit rates, and if you just look at hit rates, you can kind of get a good starting point of what you're looking at, and then try to find a good hit rate combined with a good matchup, and it's probably a decently good pick. Like last night, I was looking at some picks. I didn't get to post a video, but there was a few picks that came out that were absolute bangers, but by the time I was live and stuff, the lines have already moved. And if the lines are moving away from your favor, so say I want to take the over at 20.5 and I wake up in the morning, the line is 22.5, that is good for what I want to do, because that means that I found an undervalued line, or they got the line wrong and they moved it up because he was hitting it too high of a rate, or the matchup was too good, or somebody got injured or something like that, and the line was messed up. So that's really what you want to see. Now, what I will do is recap real quick. I had Devin Vassell under 3.5, Nikola Jovic over 9.5 points, and then John Collins over points plus rebounds at 23.5. Now, for Outlier, what I do to first start off, what I'll show you is, okay, that's what you want to see. So, all right, so we'll clear everything. I don't know if you have Outlier or not, but this is what I do usually. So, I'll go into filters. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is go over here and hit props. So, you're only looking at player props. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to propositions, which is going to be all the different type of things you can look at. And what you're going to see is I like to check assists. I like to do pretty much the main ones you want to bet on. I think first basket and first three-pointer are kind of dumb, so I just take those out of the equation. You can add blocks. I don't usually add blocks. You can if you want. Sometimes I do. But you can do points plus assists, points plus rebounds, points, PRA. You can do first half PRA if you want. Rebounds plus assists, rebounds. I like three-pointers, and that's probably about it if I didn't miss anything. I don't think I missed anything, but now it'll show the results. And then what you can do is you can go to odds, because there will be some stuff that's minus 2,000 or plus 1,000. You don't want to bet on that stuff, obviously. So I usually go about minus 150 to let's say plus 300 or something like that. And we'll hit done, and then it'll filter everything out. And then we can go to hit rate, and we can do last 5, last 10, last 20, or 2024. So let's do 2024, and we want people that have hit at a 75% rate this season. Let's do 75% to 100% and hit done. And it's going to pop up. And guess who it popped up? John Collins over his PRA here. We like this pick, but we just did PR, not PRA. And what you can see is right here, last 5, 100%, last 10, 90%, last 20, 85%, and then on the season, he's hit it 83% of the time. So then I'll click into him. I'll look at the matchup. It's right here, the Thunder are pretty good, or a pretty bad matchup for him to go over. So it would scare me a little bit to take this, but the reason that I took his points plus rebounds is because I went and looked at that, because it lowers it down to 23.5, and he doesn't get a ton of assists. So it just gives me a little bit more cushion, makes me feel a little bit better about it. And that's why I took points plus rebounds instead of PRA. But yeah, there is a lot of games and a lot of players. That's why you have to filter stuff down to make it quicker. It's over half a three-pointer right here. They have it only on Prize Picks for Terry Rozier, but for example, in his last 5, he's hit it every single time. Last 10, 80%. Last 20, 75%. Now, what's the matchup look like? The Raptors allow the 15th most three-pointers, and he's a point guard, so we can also go look at that. And they allow the 19th most three-pointers to point guards. So this is probably not a bad pick right here. Now, I'm not exactly sure why Outlier isn't showing more books. You would think it'd have it on more books, especially at noon or 1 o'clock, depending on where you live. But you can see 77% of the time on the season, and then good percentages as of late, too. So this isn't a bad pick right here. If you want to take Terry Rozier, I wouldn't hate that pick. You can go look at head-to-head real quick. And he went over the last time they played, and the time before that, and the time before. He's went over 100%. So, I mean, this is a pretty good pick right here. Over half a three-pointer. If you can get this, I wouldn't hate it. But I think on Prize Picks, it's a goblin. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a goblin on Prize Picks because of how consistently he's hit it all year. So, this isn't a bad pick right here. But, yeah, that's how I found him on Outlier. I'm talking at the very beginning. Do you go game to game? On Props Madness, I do go game to game. On Outlier, I just go to filters and then look at the player list. But when I go to Props Madness over here, so the first thing I look at in Props Madness every single time, that's what I do first. That's literally what I do first. I come in here, I go back. Everything will be cleared, obviously, because it's a new thing, but we'll leave the propositions and we'll take the hit rate off. And then the first thing I do is add the propositions. I go over to props, and then I come over to odds here, add that in, and then I do a hit rate based on what I want to see, last 5, last 10, last 20, or 2024. And then depending on what hit rate, probably 75% plus is what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I do. Now, when it comes to Props Madness, it's a little bit different. So the first thing I like to look for in Props Madness is I like to look for injuries. So if, say we go to this game, and let's see, games without who isn't going to be playing. Dean Wade is a game-time decision, so he was out yesterday. He might play today, so I'm probably not going to look at that right now. We're trying to find people that are guaranteed to be out. As soon as I open my computer, I go to Outlier, and I do exactly what I just showed you. Now for Props Madness, I'll go here. Let's say they're playing the Knicks. Obviously the Cavs are. Who isn't playing? Let's just pretend like Josh Hart isn't playing in this game for sure, and it said he was marked out. What does Jalen Brunson do without Josh Hart? He obviously doesn't have a big sample size, but say, for example, his hit rate right now on the season is 46%. Let's say we took Josh Hart out of the equation, and his hit rate jumped up to like 80%, like 8 out of 10 games or something. And then you saw it, the matchup. Right here, the matchup isn't the greatest, but let's say the matchup was good, and he was hitting at an 80% rate when Josh Hart was out. That would be a pick you really look into taking, obviously considering the line and if it moves or not, but you would want to get on that really quick because it probably is going to move because the line is messed up because of injuries, and that happens all the time. So the same thing goes for any of these games. So Franz, is hitting over at a 60% rate. Pretty good. Is there anybody not playing in this game? He's not playing in this game. So we take him out of the equation. What does he do? His hit rate drops to about 50%, and that's not really giving us a good estimate either way. So I would just stay away from that points-wise. But you can do that for every single category. So assists, what happens when this guy doesn't play? It drops down to 33%. Not big enough switch in either way for me. Rebounds, 50%. Not giving me a clear direction. Threes, see if he changes much, 50%. See, not much is changing here. So that's not something I really want to look at. But you can go do this for literally every single player. So he's not playing. What happens when he doesn't play? Not much changes there. He's not playing. What happens when he's not playing? Not much changes there. So you can go do this for every single game, and that's kind of what I do. So let's see. Is anybody? Nope. Grizzlies aren't having anybody out in this game. The Bucks, is anybody going to miss? Let's see. The Wizards, anybody going to miss? Malcolm Brogdon isn't playing. That's a pretty big piece. Doesn't change Jordan Poole. And we can just look through and see any hit rates that change drastically. Nothing changes drastically. Which one you like better, Props Madness or Outlier? And what do you think about Sabonis over 18 points tonight? 18 points. I'll go look at it real quick. I think Props Madness is better. I think Outlier is easier because you can just put in the hit rate and you can find good hit rates, look at the matchup and pick it. You can find picks a lot faster with Outlier. And that's why I think you see a lot of these free pick guys on YouTube use Outlier because they're able to get videos out in 15 minutes because they find the good hit rate, and then they just basically post the video based on the matchup. That's all you got to find, hit rate and matchup. Now, when it comes to Props Madness, you got to filter in. You can filter in a bunch of different stuff, and like you can look at his dominant play type is in transition, and you can look at what happens when he plays teams. The Bucks are bottom 20 in guarding it, so we can look at bottom 15 teams, and you can see if his hit rate changes. Now, obviously, this isn't a good example, but what you like to look for is, say like they're bottom 15, and say his hit rate goes up to like 80% when he plays bottom 15 teams, right? If that's the case, then it's probably going to be making you lean towards the over, especially if someone's out and it adds to that or something like that. That's how you find really good picks. Yeah, no problem, King Prophet. I got you. Any more questions, I'll answer them. I'll go look at Sabonis real quick. Over 18 points. Where's he at? 17.5. 60% hit rate. Is anybody out in this game? Nobody's out. Is the matchup good? What did he do last time he played him? He's went over 2 times against the Warriors. That's pretty good to see. The matchup is a bit mediocre, so it's probably a little bit worse than mediocre, actually, so that scares me a little bit. But I wonder what his average minutes are. I don't know really what happened, but I used to use Numberfire for my minutes. So like I used to use Numberfire Sabonis Sabonis projected minutes. And what you'll see is like they used to have it on here, but I haven't been able to find it. So I'm not exactly sure what happened in Numberfire. They haven't been popping up for me, but we can just look at his last, let's say, 10 games and then do his minutes based off that. So let's see. 41, 40, 31, 37, 32, 29, 34, 42, 33, 43. A lot of overtime games. But we'll just put his minute range. He's probably wrong thing. He'll probably play 30 to 40 minutes in this game. That just gives you a better range of what he's probably going to be in. So when you look at that, and the Warriors against his dominant scoring zone are number 1 in the NBA. So let's look at what happens when he plays top 10 teams in dominant scoring zone. His hit rate goes up, which is a little bit weird. It's a little bit counterintuitive. Doesn't make a ton of sense. So I don't pay attention to that too much because it's going opposite of the way you would think. Now, the reason that I would like this is because he's went back-to-back against the Warriors, but I don't really have a clear reason for why I would like to take this over. There's not a clear reason for taking it, if you understand what I mean. Like, say, for example, it was a good matchup and I filtered that in, or there was an injury and I filtered that in and his hit rate went from 63 to 90% or something. Then obviously that would be giving me a clear direction on what to take. But with there being no injuries and the matchup not being the greatest, I just don't really see a reason to take anything there. I've took Scotty Barnes under a couple times. Let's see what happens when this guy doesn't play in anything. His assists, 70% when that guy doesn't play. Let's see. See, like this is a decent example. He's playing the Heat, who allow the 22nd most assists in the NBA. So first things first, that's good to look at. But then when Jacob doesn't play, what you see is his hit rate goes up to 70%, which is pretty good. Now let's see if anything changed when he plays an opponent that's not good at assists. So let's go bottom 15 here. His hit rate goes up to 75%. Let's just take off the top 10 teams. So like a lot of the teams that he played must have been a top 10 team in assists. You take out the top 5 teams and he's hitting at an 83% rate. So that's a good example of what I'm looking for. That's a pretty good example, like I said. So like his hit rate isn't very good, but when Jacob doesn't play, it bounces up, and then the matchup's pretty good. So I would lean towards taking this over if I was going to take it. Now, am I going to be taking this over? Not exactly sure. I'd probably look into it a little bit more. I'll try to find a pick for y'all real quick, though, before I end this live stream. So let's go to RJ Barrett. He's going to be playing in this game. And we'll just go over, see, like his points he's hitting at a 75% rate when that guy doesn't play. The matchup isn't very good, so I'm going to stay away from that. But we're really trying to look for hit rates that are really high or really low. Like Grady Dick, when he doesn't play, scores a lot more points. Now, I'm not exactly sure what's been going on with Grady Dick because I feel like he's been playing okay. These 2 games were obviously big fall-offs. He only played 14 minutes in this game, which is a little bit weird. 25 minutes in that game. I feel like he usually plays between like 25 and 35. So I'm not sure why he only played 14 in that game. Maybe he was just playing bad. I'm not exactly sure, but like this one isn't a bad one to take either. Do I look for unders? Yeah, I look for unders all the time. So, like, right here, let's say when I added this filter in of him being out, say it didn't go up to 80% hit rate on the over, say it went down to like 13% on the under. Then I'd really be looking at taking the under here because for some reason, when Jacob doesn't play, he doesn't score as many points. Now, right here, obviously, it's going up, so that's a good thing to look at. But, like, the Jonathan without Jacob assists versus Miami. Yeah, we can go look at that. That might be a good one. Let's see. Assists without Jacob. See, like, how that doesn't really give you a good direction of where you're going to go. Now, he has hit it in the last 4 in a row, so that's good to see. Has he played him head-to-head yet this season? Let's see. Yeah, he went over back-to-back times against him head-to-head. In this game, he only played 14 minutes and had 6. So that's pretty good. And that's probably because yeah, you can see all these misses right here. He wasn't getting a ton of minutes. I mean, he was getting decent minutes, but kind of up and down. In the last couple games, they've been pretty consistent around 20 to 30 minutes. So when he gets that, let's say when he gets 20-plus minutes, his hit rate goes up a little bit. You can see his hit rate jumps up a ton when he gets 20-plus minutes. And then also, with him out with 20-plus minutes, his hit rate goes up to 71%. So if he gets 20-plus minutes in this game with Jacob being out, I don't hate it, especially with the Heat being a bottom 15 team. When they're a bottom 15 team, he's hit both times. Let's take a top 10 teams, doesn't change, top 5 teams. And he's hit at a 75% rate. So not a terrible pick. Probably not something I would be taking. I don't think there's big enough sample size, really, but the reason I don't use props, Matt, I mean, I'll start back if y'all want me to. It's just I got Outlier for college basketball, and it made making the videos a lot quicker, so I just stuck with Outlier. For all my VIP picks, I use both. So I'll go here, and then I'll go here after to check on a little bit of extra stuff, just because I have more time. I don't have as much time to find all these videos, if you know what I mean. Or I don't have as much time to find these picks whenever I'm trying to put out a video really quick, so that's why. But what was I looking at? I was looking at Grady Dick points without him. I wanted to look at some stuff real quick. The matchup, 24th in his dominant play type. So he scores the majority of his points as a spot up. So if we go to Miami and look that they're 24th worst in the NBA against spot up shooters, we can filter that in and let's see what happens. Let's look at bottom 15 teams. His hit rate goes up to 83%. What happened the last time he played against them? Let's see. He went over the last time he played against him. He had 22. So good matchup. His hit rate goes over whenever Jacob doesn't play. And then also the Cavs were 18th against this, and the Rockets were 2nd against this. So 2 good defenses he didn't go over against. But against the bad defenses, he's done pretty good. So take out the top 5 teams, and his hit rate obviously jumps up to 87.5%. And they aren't just a bottom 25 team. They're a bottom 6 team in the NBA, so that looks really good for us. Zion, Bane. Yeah, I saw Bane on Outlier actually, and his hit rate was like 90% in his last 20 or something. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, he's playing the Thunder, so it's a little bit scary. I'll go look at that, and then I'll also look at Zion PR against Dallas. Then go look at it real quick. But this Grady Dick pick, over 12.5 points. I don't hate that. Look at the odds, too. You're getting minus 102 here on FanDuel to go over, so the under's getting favored up. I like this a lot. He's averaging 14.1 points in these games where he's playing a bottom 25 team and Jacob's out, so I like that a decent amount. You can go look at assists real quick and just look at everything. Because what you'll see is, say like assists, he was hitting at a 90% rate as well, then you could go take points plus assists to give you a little bit more cushion. But right here, his assists and rebounds don't get much better, so I would just stick with the points if you're going to take Grady Dick on this over right here. Zion on PR against Dallas. Let's go look at that real quick. Zion PR. 55% hit rate on the season, a little bit over half. The matchup isn't bad. Gafford shouldn't be playing, right? Let's go look and see who isn't playing for the Mavs real quick. Gafford's out. PJ is a game-time decision. And then, obviously, Anthony Davis is out. So, without AD and Daniel Gafford, that's really good to see that they're both out because that's obviously going to make it easier for him to score. But let's go look at it real quick. Zion, PR, 55% rate. First things first. Now, is there anybody missing in this game? Yes, there's a bunch of people missing. Now, obviously, some of these dudes are out for the season. Without Brandon Ingram, his hit rate goes up a little bit. Without DeJounte Murray, hit rate goes up a little bit once again. Without Herbert Jones, let's see, hit rate goes up to 64%. So, let's see, if this guy's out, he's went over one time with Missy out. So, that's not a big sample size. But with all four of these guys out, his hit rate goes up a little bit with each one of them out. Now, we can look at the matchup. So Zion, let's see his minute range, 28, 26, 28, 27, 28, 28, 28, 27. So it's really consistent. So we're going to go 24 minutes to 31 minutes and just put him in that range. 53% hit rate. The Mavs are bottom 5 in his dominant plays type, which is isolation. So let's see what happens when he plays a bottom 15 team in that. His hit rate, it doesn't give you a clear direction or anything. So let's look at dominant scoring zone. They are 18th in that. So let's take out the top 10 teams in his dominant scoring zone. Doesn't really change his hit rate too much. So it's this is what I'm talking about. His hit rate in general looks pretty good. It looks okay when you take these guys out. It raises up a little bit more, a couple percentages, but there's not a clear direction either way, if you know what I mean. Now, has he played the Mavs before this season? That's something you can check out. He did, and he went over by 3 or 4 PR. So if you want to take it, sure, you can go for it. I won't be taking it because I'm not getting a clear direction either way, if you understand what I'm saying. Cat under points back-to-back on the road and away game. Let's go look at Karl-Anthony Towns. Who do the Knicks play? The Cavs? Yeah, the Cavs are pretty good defense, obviously. Just join. Can you tell any leans you got from the live? Yeah, I got you. The 3 that I gave away for free so far, or actually I've given away 4 for free. So, first, Devin Vassell under 3.5 rebounds. Last 5, 80%. Last 10, 90. Last 20, 60. 2024, 61%. The matchup's really good. The Pistons allow the third least amount of rebounds to shooting guards. Jovic over 9.5 points. 60, 80%, 80% in the last 20. Head-to-head went over. Devin Vassell also went under in his head-to-head. Just wanted to mention that real quick. Head-to-head went over the last time they played, and then the matchup's really good. Allowed the 25th most points in the NBA. So I like his over here at 9.5. And then Terry Rozier, we had him. I had actually John Collins. I like this one a little bit more than Terry Rozier. So let's go look at it. Points plus rebounds, what I had. Last 5, 100% of the time. Last 10, 90. Last 20, 80. Head-to-head, he went over against the Thunder. Now, I know the Thunder aren't the greatest matchup. They're a really good defense, but the hit rate is just too good to deny, in my opinion, especially since he went over big time last time they played. So 23.5 here, over points plus rebounds. I like that. Those are my 3 leans. And then we also had Terry Rozier. We looked at his over a half three-pointer made. So those are the 4 picks, but these are the 3 that I would probably rock with. And I'm going to try to find one for y'all in Props Madness before I get off this live. Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns did play in overtime yesterday, and that caused him to go over. I had his over. He had 26 going into the 4th, I think. Or with 9 minutes left in the 4th, and he didn't score or hit his over until overtime, which is pretty crazy, but we'll take it. It's a hit. A hit's a hit. So what am I looking at now? Cat under. Okay. Knicks. I don't even see the Knicks. Oh, right here. I'm tripping. I was tripping. I was like, I don't even see him. Under just points? Is it under just points? Jonathan, let me know if it's just under points, and I'll check that out. Oh, hold on. Points. Okay. He's hitting his over at a 56% rate. His line's just 23.5, which is... Yesterday, I think his line was 26.5, which is crazy. I don't know why his line dropped so much. Maybe because he's playing the Cavs. Dominant play type. The Cavs are a decent matchup, not a great matchup. Let's see his minutes. 43 in this game, 47. See, you don't really want... Yeah, his last 2 games were in OT. Is that what you were saying? It's like that's probably boosting his points up a little bit because he got to play so many more minutes. Like 44 and 43 minutes, that's not what you expect. A 38-minute game is probably more what you expect from him. Only 28 minutes in that game because they were getting blown out. 39, 38, 35. Yeah, a more realistic number we're probably looking at is probably between 30 and 40. That's probably more of a realistic range. And in that range, he's hitting at a 63% rate. So that's a little bit scary, but his dominant scoring zone, the Cavs rank 9th against it. So let's go look at what happens when he plays somebody top 10 in his dominant scoring zone. That's pretty good. It drops down to 33%. And that's pretty good to see. And then what else can we look at here? Dominant play type. Let's just take out the top 5-ish teams and see if anything jumps up. See, it jumps up to 70% when the top 5's out of there. They're 18th, so we can even take out the top 10. And you're looking at about a 70% hit rate. But they are good against his dominant scoring zone. Has he played him this year? He did play him this year a long time ago where he played 32 minutes, and he only had 13 points. That's good to see. Similar players are hitting their overs at a 75% rate. Here's the matchup analysis. If you want to look at this real quick, they allow the 8th least amount of free throws, which is where he scores the majority of his points. Spot up shooter, he likes to score second amount of, or he's tied here with spot up and free throws. He scores 16% of his points from each of them, and they rank 18th there, so mediocre matchup. And then as the pick and roll man, he scores 14% of his points, so still a decent amount, and they're number 1 against that. So I don't really know. It's hard to tell because, like I said, there's not something that's making me lean huge one way or the other. There's just not anything making me lean super huge any way or the other. Does he play worse back-to-back? Let's see back-to-back. Oh, well, okay. In back-to-back games, he's gone over this mark 8 out of 8 times. So if you're taking the under here, I don't like it. I don't like the under here. If you're going to do anything, probably lean towards the... I mean, head-to-head, he did go under, but it was what? 4 months ago? Oh, okay, I got you. It was just a lean. Hey, if y'all are in the stream right now and you're not subscribed to the free plan, it's the first link in the description. Go sign up for it. I give away free picks on there every single day. And I also have a Discord attached. Go join the Discord. We talk about the picks in there, talk about the games. It's just a community. It's fun. I like it. It's completely free right now, so go join while you can. If you're interested in my extra VIP picks, I have all of this going on. As you can see, a little bit expensive. Get a better deal on the year pass. But if you don't want that, just join the free plan. That's all you got to do. Now, I'm going to try to find a pick for y'all. Almond Thompson, 5.5 assists under. Let's go look at it. Almond Thompson, 5.5 assists. And you said who's back? Jabari Smith. Oh, yeah, he's been out for a while. Let's see what happens when he plays with That's cash, bro. That's cash. That's what I'm talking about when you see a big difference here. So, look, when Jabari Smith doesn't play, his hit rate is already really low. Now, you add Jabari Smith into the equation, and he hasn't went over this mark one time all season. That is a big difference that I'm talking about. He's averaging 2.3 assists in these games. This line is way, way too high. Now, obviously, the under is getting favored up way too much here. At 5.5. Now, you can get it on Bet365 at -145, and I actually love that. Okay, let's see what happens when Fred VanVleet is out. I mean, it's not a big sample size, but I mean, his assist rate is still low with Fred VanVleet out, but we can look at the matchup real quick. His hit rate does drop off a little bit when he plays too, so it might hurt it a little bit that Fred VanVleet is out, but I just don't know, bro. He has gone over a little bit more consistent, like as of late, you can see, but that's with Jabari Smith out. So, and the Timberwolves are 5th in assists allowed. So, I mean, this is looking pretty good overall. Now, the thing about it is what you could do is, let's see, if these books end up dropping it down to 4.5, his hit rate goes up a ton. But let's see what happens if it's at 4.5 and Jabari Smith is playing. Yeah, this is probably where you're going to get the most value at, in my opinion. If you found it at 4.5 and you took this under here, you're getting plus 110. Obviously, it's a little bit low over line, a little bit less safe, but at plus 110 at 4.5, 10% hit rate, it's just insane. We can send it out. He's played 32 games, 9.4% over the entire season at 4.5. That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. I like that line. DeMar DeRozan over 19.5 points. Is that what you're talking about? Y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get this to 10 likes. Hit that like button. We get to 10 likes. We'll get that VIP pick to you for free. Has he played Minnesota head-to-head yet this season real quick? Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, everything's leaning towards the under here. He had 1 assist in this game and 0 in this game. If you're thinking about taking the under, go smash that under. That's a really good pick. I'll probably, if y'all want to take this, I would take it. Everybody watching, go take this pick. Love it. Yeah, I would smash this under. All right, let's go look at DeMar DeRozan against the Warriors. And points, you have him at 19.5. I'm from Texas, if you can't tell by my voice. You got it at minus 125 at 5.5? Minus 125 at 5.5 is great. Minus 125 at 4.5 is a little bit mid. Yeah, I like it. I like that a lot. If you got it at 5.5 minus, I like that a lot. I can check him if you want at 19.5, DeMar DeRozan, but right now everyone has it bumped up to 20.5. So you already, from that right there, that's a good look. If you got it at 19.5 and they already bumped it, good stuff. Because at 19.5, his hit rate is a little bit better. We can look at it at 19.5 real quick just to see. So the Warriors are 5th in his dominant play type, which obviously isn't very good. Let's add in the minutes first and we'll get this. Okay. Overtime, I'm not going to consider that. 37, 39, 32, 37, 33. So he's going to get 30-plus minutes in this game. And he's also going to probably play a little bit around 40. We can put it at 42-ish. He'll be somewhere in this range. Now, what you want to look at first is his dominant play type. The Warriors are really good at guarding it. So he likes to score as a pick-and-roll ball handler, and the Warriors are top 5 against that. That's not good to see. But I remember I took his over a while ago, and it hit, and that was because he was playing somebody that was bad at allowing points in his dominant scoring zone. And as you can see right here, the Warriors are 28th in the NBA at allowing points there. He likes to score the majority of his points in the mid-range. If you watch DeMar DeRozan, you know that. And right here, similar players, they're hitting their over pretty consistently. And I want you to watch what happens when you look at his dominant scoring zone. And I'm almost positive this hit rate is going to jump up a ton. So let's see. Let's look at bottom 20 teams. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. The big jump. The big jump there. Up to 78% when he plays someone who is bad at guarding his dominant scoring zone. Absolutely insane. That's what you want to look for. That's exactly what you want to look for. Stuff like that. Is anybody out in this game? Nobody's out in this game, so not going to have an injury to look at. But De'Aaron Fox obviously isn't here anymore. Let's see what he's done without De'Aaron Fox. 62%. Let's look at bottom 20 teams without De'Aaron Fox. Just not a big sample size there. Still hitting his over pretty consistently, though, 66%. But over the season, when he plays a bottom 15 to bottom 20 team, his hit rate just skies through the roof. And I mean, bottom 15, and that's 19 games. That's a big sample size. And he's averaging 24.2 points in those games. So if you got this line at 19.5, I really like it. I really do like it. 20.5, Same concept, just a little bit lower hit rate. 73%. It's not a bad pick. You can look at this and see if how much this affects him, though. Consider that they're top 10 in his dominant play type, and that does affect him, too. That does affect him. That affects him a lot, as you can see. Now, it's up to you whether you want to take that risk or not. I might look into it a little bit more later, but right now, he went over against them last time they played, so it's really up to you and your personal preference whether you want to take that. They're good against one thing, bad against the other thing. So, that's DeMar DeRozan. What's next? No problem. What you want me to call you? Jolo boy? I'm not exactly sure. Keon Ellis, rebounds on Sacramento or points. Can you check? Yeah, it's right here. Points, and you said or rebounds. Rebounds, 66% rate. Yo, how many games in a row is this? Let's see. That's 9 games in a row. 9 games in a row, he's hit his over. He's averaging 3.7 in these games. Now, who's he playing? The Warriors. Not very good against, or not very good at not allowing rebounds. They're 20th in the NBA, so it's a pretty good matchup there for rebounds. That makes me a little bit interested in it. What happens when he plays bottom 15 team in rebounds allowed? Doesn't change a ton. Doesn't give us a clear direction. What do his minutes look like in these past games? 18, 22, 34, 26, 24, 32, 32, 29, 30, 23. Oh, to be safe, let's just put him between, say, 20 and 30. Still a pretty good hit rate. He went under both times against the Warriors. I think I saw this pick on Outlier, this rebounds pick, and I was a little bit scared of it because of what happened the last 2 times we played the Warriors. Now, points, what's the matchup look like? He went over both times against in points, so that's good to see, first off. Second off, we can add the minutes in. Let's go 20 to 30. He's not going to play 40-plus minutes in this game. That's super unlikely. He's only averaging 7.6, so a little bit over the mark. Hit rate a little bit lower, playing this many minutes. The matchup's really good against his dominant play type as a spot-up shooter. See how much that affects it. His hit rate jumps up. We can take off the minutes and just look at it like that, and his hit rate's decent, but not really anything that really sticks out to me. Yeah, his minutes are coming up some. You can see his minutes. He's getting more than 20 in most games now. So let's just put it at 25 to 35. Yeah. Yeah, look at what happens when he gets 25 plus minutes. The thing about it is that I wish I had a way I could see projected minutes, because that'd make it a lot easier, but similar players against the Warriors are going over, so not a terrible pick. If you want to take the over here at 7.5, it's not very many for him, in my opinion. Sora Thompson. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. Sora Thompson on the Pistons, right? Yeah. Let's go look. We're looking at his assists, right? Yeah, look at this point looks pretty good right here. He's kind of climbing up a ladder here against a mediocre matchup without Wemby playing. Game's supposed to be decently high scoring. That looks a little bit. He's playing more minutes in these games, or what? Why is he hitting his over more consistently? No, the minutes don't look. I mean, he's gone up in minutes a little bit, but assists. What are you looking at? Yeah, RotoWire you can use for minutes. It's just I don't have the subscription right now. I was using NumberFire. It was completely free, but I guess I'll have to get RotoWire. It'll be worth it, probably. Sora Thompson assists. What are you looking at it for? Over or under? Yeah, he is playing better, obviously. Look at his assists, too. I mean, this is probably a little bit... That looks pretty good to me. I mean, Spurs are a good matchup for both. But we can look at assists first. 2.5. The over is minus 154. Yeah, you're not going to get it for better than about minus 150. So it's favored up pretty big on the over. The Spurs have the 18th most assists allowed. So let's take out top 10 teams. Hit rate jumps over to 52%. I really like this, not only because of it jumping up like that, but also because just look at what he's done recently. I mean, what is that? 10. Let's do 10. What's that? 7 games or 8 games? 7 games. His last 7 games, he's averaging 4.4, so 2 over the mark. Yeah, I mean, similar players aren't bad either. It's not a bad look. It's not a terrible look there. I can see the idea there. First half points, do they have that on here? I don't even think they have first half points on here. They might on Outlier. I can look it up real quick. Take off these filters and go to, what do I search? Players, Asor Thompson. Did I spell it wrong? Asor Thompson. Let's go to propositions and let's look at first half points. They should have it on here, and I can take a look at it. First half points. Over points. Small forwards. Let's see how the Spurs fare against small forwards. Right in the middle of the pack, 16th. Last 5. No, this is actual points. Let's do first half points. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 5. 55 in the last 20. But with a Asor, you're probably wanting to look more like towards this recency thing if you're going to look to take an over, because on the season he didn't play very good towards the beginning, but he's gotten a lot better as the season's gone on. I don't know, the matchup's mediocre. He's been consistent in the last 4. He's hit it every single time, 10, 14, 9, and 11 in the first half, and his line's only 6. So, I mean, if you want to go with the hot hand, you can, but I try to stick with stuff that like really, really leans in one way. That's how you become profitable, in my opinion. His PRA, Asor's PRA. Let's see. He's gone over every time. Let's see the matchup. Good matchup for points. Good matchup for assists and good matchup for rebounds. I mean, the Spurs are a good matchup for everything here, which is pretty good. Let's see. Has he played him? No, he hadn't played him head-to-head. How many minutes is he averaging in the last game? 22, 25, 27, 27, 23, 22, 20. So we're probably looking at around 20 to 30 minutes. Y'all think 20 to 30? Hit rate goes up to 47% when he plays those minutes. Is there anybody not playing? Jaden Ivey won't be playing. Does his hit rate go up? Yep. His hit rate without Jaden Ivey goes up a little bit. So that's good. Let's take a look at points first. And let's look at these matchups and see if it makes a big difference. Okay. Dominant play type. Likes to score in transition. Let's see. Bottom 15 teams in it. Doesn't make me lean either way. Dominant scoring zone. Bottom 15 in it. Goes up a little bit. Doesn't make me lean either way, really. Assists. Team. Or let's go to rebounds because bottom 10 in rebounds. Okay? Let's see. Bottom 15 teams in rebounds allowed. It's weird, bro. I don't know why sometimes this happens, like wherever like the team is a bad matchup, but the percentage drops off when they play a worse team. Yeah. If you're taking the over for Asor, it's completely just based off him and how he's been playing recently. If I were you, I'm taking points over, assists over, or points plus assists over. That's what I'm doing. Because when you look at rebounds, he hasn't been as consistent as of late. You can take PRA if you want, but I would probably lean either assists only, points only, or points plus assists, because if you're just taking assists only, you're going to get terrible odds. Minus 150. Not terrible odds, but not the greatest. If you add in points, minus 120. If you do just points, minus 113. So it's however you want to go. Assists might be the safest, but you can go either one. We can try to find something, though. Anybody else want me to look at a player that they've been thinking about before I really try to find something I can take? Double-double for Jalen Duren, Pistons. All right. They have double-double on here. Bro, I don't know why. We can go look at it here, though. Propositions. Double-double. I took Jalen Duren not that long ago over points, I think, and everybody was freaking out because I took it and he was playing the 76ers and Embiid was playing, and he ended up hitting his over, but a lot of people are freaking out about that. The odds aren't the greatest. Games without player. Let's go to 2024. Jay Navi won't be playing. 46% yes on the over, so he's hit his over 46% of the time. Let's see. Without Jay Navi, his percentage jumps up to 52%, so jumps up a little bit. Why do you like this? Oh, you're just looking at it. Okay. We can go look at Brook Lopez points. I took his over a little while ago, Brook Lopez. No, you're good, bro. You didn't waste my time. I was just wondering why, if you were like looking to lean one way or the other, if you were just, yeah. Did he end up going over? I don't even remember. I do remember taking his over on points because Giannis or Dame didn't play, or I think Dame wasn't playing, and then Giannis ended up not playing too, and they both didn't play, so he should have had a lot of opportunities, but I still think he went under. Stephon Castle rebounds. Got 10 last night. I have Devin Vassell under rebounds, actually, which is a little bit weird, but Stephon Castle rebounds. Yeah, he did have 10 last night. I was watching last night. I had his over points plus assists, and dude was snagging boards, but he missed like 3 free throws, which would have put him over, but it's annoying, but whatever. 3.5 is his line. The Pistons are good against rebounds. That's why I took Devin Vassell's under. Scares me a little bit. Hadn't played the Pistons yet. Rebound. You can do D-rank versus position. Against Stephon Castle's position, they're number 1 in rebounds allowed, so it's probably not the greatest matchup. And you see they play a top 10 team. He's going under at a 23% rate, so you're getting plus odds on the under, though. That's not terrible, actually. 26, 24, 20, 29, 31, 20. We can do his minutes somewhere between, let's say, 20 and 30-ish. That's probably what he's going to get. And then we can do opponent rebound allowed, top 10, and see what happens. I mean, yeah. Without we can look without Wemby real quick and see if that changes something. Yeah, his hit rate jumps up a little bit without Wemby. He's averaging 5 in those games, so over the mark. But yeah, probably not the best because you're just not getting a huge lean either way. So probably stay away from that. Let's try to find a game with an injury, and let's see if we can find something that really changes. So the Kings don't have any injuries. The Warriors, they have any injuries? Yeah, Kuminga's still out. And then DeAnthony Melton is out too. That doesn't change anything on Curry. We can go through each one and see if anything is super low or super high. It's usually what I like to do. It's the quickest way to do it. So Kuminga as well. Points. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Nope. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler hasn't been there long enough. Let's see what Stephen Curry's done with Jimmy Butler on the team. See if he's playing worse with Jimmy. He's playing better with Jimmy, actually. He's going over at a 75% rate with Jimmy. He's playing the Kings, who are a good matchup. So let's see what happens when Curry's going to play a lot of minutes, obviously. He's going to play 30. He's going to play 30, probably 30 to 37 minutes, So 36%. Against his dominant scoring zone, they're bottom 2 or bottom 3. So let's see what happens when he plays bottom 15, bottom 20. It doesn't change much, which is annoying. But with Jimmy Butler, he's played better. Jimmy with Curry, let's see. He's 1 for 4. He's gone under every time, just by a little bit, though. Not by a ton. Kings are not a very good matchup for Jimmy. Let's see top 10 teams against Jimmy. Doesn't change much. Yeah, bro, I know. I had Donovan Mitchell's assists over in, what was it, like 4.5? And he only had 2. He had 0 at halftime, and I was like, yeah, we're probably cooked. Yeah, his hit rate over the last, they have it at 5.5 now. It was 4.5 yesterday when I got it. 5.5 makes it not look as good. But you can see he went on a stretch where he hit it a lot, barely went under, over, barely went under, and then last game was just made no sense. He's playing the Knicks, who are 9th in assists allowed. Went under last time he played them. Similar players aren't doing the greatest against them. Let's see. He'll play 30 minutes in this game, so let's do 30 to 40. Opponent assist allowed, top 10, top 15. Yeah, I mean, the hit rate as of late was good at 4.5, but at 5.5, probably not. Yeah. For real, D. Mitchell messed a lot of people up. I did see a lot of people taking that over. I mean, who wouldn't? It looked good. Warriors got anybody out? Yeah, Jabari Smith. Jalen Green with Jabari Smith. He's 63% with him, or without him, or just in general, without him. 68 with him, 30%. Big drop off. Who's he playing? The Timberwolves. Top 10 in his dominant scoring zone. 15% there. That's pretty good to look at. And he played the Timberwolves December 27th and went under. Well under. What's the spread on this game? Pretty close game. Yeah, this ain't a bad look either right here. I mean, it really is that easy. You see the injuries and stuff and then go from there. It's pretty good in my opinion. This one isn't bad. I'm going to go look and make sure this stream is going good. Everything looks good on it. If y'all aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button real quick. Let's try to get to 950 subs before this stream is over. I know most people in here probably are subscribed, but not going to lie, kind of saw it coming because Nets defense on guard. Yeah, the Nets defense is good against guards. That's what scared me a little bit. But the hit rate was so good that I was like, I think I'm going to take it anyway. He went under both times against the Timberwolves. He only played 23 minutes in this game, but he played 39 in this game and still went under. So yeah, this is a pick that I like here. Now I will tell y'all, some of y'all are pretty loyal in here. I'll give y'all, since we're live, I usually give away a free week of VIP, but I'll do a free month. I don't know if y'all are in my Discord or not, but if you sign up with my code FBL on Sports Millions, I'll give you a free week or a free month. Let's change this to month because we're live. Free month of VIP if you sign up with Sports Millions with code FBL. You deposit 10, they're going to give you $59 back. Love that. And then same thing with Sleeper. Y'all might already be on Sleeper. It's a little bit more popular of an app. But they'll give you $55 back. And I'll give you a free month of VIP too. And you'll get a free square. And this Sports Millions pays 40x on 6 mans, which is crazy. They're going to lose so much money doing that. I guess they're just trying to get people on their app, but that's insane. Let's see. So Jalen Green's points is pretty good. Let's look at his assists. Same thing, bro. With Jabari Smith, he doesn't get assists either. His hit rate's 50%. With Jabari Smith. See, this is why I like to look at everything. Drops, rebounds, go up probably. Yeah. So, like, you can look at points plus assists here, and I bet this falls off like crazy without Jabari Smith. 26%. And the Timberwolves are top 5 in assists allowed. Yeah, 2 out of 11 games where a team's a top 10 team in assists allowed. And then also against his dominant scoring zone, top 10, 7.7%. Points plus assists under here for Jalen Green. I'm taking that. I'm for sure taking that. That's the free VIP pick. I'll write it out right over here. That's the free VIP pick we'll go with. Jaren Jackson, I'll go look. Yeah, bro, it sucks. Those apps aren't legal everywhere. With Fred VanVleet. Okay, I'll check real quick. But yeah, I think this is a banger right here. Take that off. You mean without Fred VanVleet? Since he's out? Might jump up a little bit. Let's see. 60%. Let's try to do... Hopefully we can see a decent sample size. Sample size isn't good enough. With both of them in. Jabari in. VanVleet out. You don't get a good sample size. But I mean, even if you're looking at recency, bro, he's been hitting this up and down, up and down, up and down. And then against the Timberwolves, he went over the last time we played him. But obviously that was with VanVleet and Jabari Smith out. So obviously he's going to have a big role against him. And he shot 10 free throws and had 5 assists. I mean, he's just not going to have that big of a role against them, in my opinion. First 2 times when they played, this game he played 39 minutes, and neither one of them were missing, and he only had 20. So went 5 under this mark. Points plus assists. I think the points plus assists gives you a little bit more cushion, which is why I would take that. Yeah. With Fran VanVleet, I mean, it goes up a little bit. But the jump with Jabari in is a lot bigger, as you can see. We can go look with Fred out and see if anything changes when you see that he's playing a good defense. See, top 10 here, it drops to 50. Assists allowed. Let's go look. Top 10 teams. He's been over 100% of the time against top 10 teams in assists. What are the odds? But this is a game where Jabari Smith was missing too, so I'm not tripping about it too much. I'm stuck on this under. I really like it. Jaren Jackson over 5.5 rebounds. Okay, let's go look. Grizzlies. My trip, there he is. Rebounds, 5.5. Yep, it's 5.5 here. 56% on the season. He hadn't been hitting it too consistently over the last 10 or so, but he did hit it 3 games in a row. The Magic, I mean, look at all that red. That's a lot of red. It's not really what you want to see. He went under last time against the Magic in 23 minutes. His minutes have probably gone up, though, huh? Yeah, 30, 27, 34. Yeah, his minutes are a lot higher. He's going to play more than 23 minutes. He'll probably play, let's say, 26 to 34 maybe. His hit rate goes up a lot. But rebounds allowed, top 10, drops a little bit. It's a bad matchup for him. And defensive rank against his position, 2nd as well. 3rd defensive rating. 29th slowest pace, which means less opportunities for rebounds. So, I don't know about this one. Is there anybody out, though? No. Nobody that's really going to affect much, so. Probably going to stay away from that one. Anything else y'all want me to look at before I get off of here? Y'all, I'll go tell the 3 free picks that I gave you already on Outlier. Not this one. We had John Collins points plus rebounds, wherever that's at. John Collins over 23.5. Nikola Jovic over 9.5 points. Devin Vassell under 3.5 rebounds. And then on Props Madness, we found Jalen Green. Jalen Green under points plus assists at 25.5 is what we're going to be going with. I like John Collins' RA, but I like yours too. What do you mean by what you like mine? Beasley over. Bro, Beasley has cashed me out so many times this year. He stays cashing me out. Malik Beasley, spot-up shooter. Every single time I look at his points, this dude is hitting at a super high rate. Why is it so low? Let's try to find out. They're 29th in his dominant scoring zone at stopping it. So that is something that you really need to look into. Now, his minutes are a little bit up and down. But most likely, he's probably going to play somewhere between 20 and 30. If he plays more, great. But he's going to be somewhere in this range most likely. His hit rate's still pretty high in this range. Now, dominant scoring zone, they're terrible. Let's look at bottom 15, bottom 20, 70%. Not a bad pick. I love the matchup here. I like Malik Beasley because of what he's done for us this year. I feel like every time I bet on him. Yeah, John Collins' RA is pretty good. I like it. 17 viewers in here. Dang, I was hoping for 50 at least. We'll take 17 as long as I'm giving y'all a lot of value. If y'all 17 are in here and you haven't subscribed to the free plan, go do that. Go join the Discord. It's completely free. I'm going to give out free picks on here every single day to go along with my YouTube videos. So if you enjoy that, just go take a shot at the free plan. It's completely free. It's not going to charge you anything. $0 a month. Get my daily free picks plus updates. That's all you got to do. Malik Beasley, points. I wish he had played the Spurs before. Is there anybody out? Jaden Ivey's out. This could be game changer or it could be nothing. Ready to see? Bang. When Jaden Ivey's out, it's a 72% hit rate. Now, let's see dominant scoring zone. Bottom 15, see how much it changes. There we go. There we go. Malik Beasley's over. That's going to be a pick for me. I didn't look at injuries. That's going to be a pick for me. Let's go write these down real quick so we have them all here for you. NBA February 21st. Picks. What are we looking at? We're looking at Jalen Green under 25.5 points plus rebounds. And then we were also looking at Malik Beasley, yeah. Malik Beasley over points 14.5. That's 2 really good picks there. I took Collins points plus rebounds. Oh, that's what you were saying, Jonathan. Oh, you were saying you like his rebounds plus assists, but you like points plus rebounds too. Oh, okay. I got you. I have his points plus rebounds. We can go look at his RA real quick if you want to. RA, last 5, 80, 10, 20. Last time he had 13 against the Thunder. It's pretty good. 75% on the season. Points plus rebounds, 72%, but he's been a little bit more consistent recently with points plus rebounds compared to RA. So it's kind of just a personal choice. You're getting minus 104 here on points plus rebounds, rebounds plus assists, you're getting minus 120. So, I mean, it's really just up to you and what you like. PR for Collins. Yeah, that's right. King Prophet, you still in here, bro? Oh, I was answering your question just a second ago. I didn't even realize. Six and a half last night. His RA was 6.5 last night. That's crazy. He hit that over for sure. 7.5. It opened at 8.5. It's dropped 1 since. 6.5 is free. If it was 6.5, I'd be all over it. How long have I been live for? I don't even know. Will you get any more subscribers? Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let's see if we can get 950. 950? Where's it at? 945. Haven't gained one. Maybe gained 1 or 2 on stream. Probably because most people on this are subscribers, but trying to get 1,000 subs. Almost there. Almost there. Malik Beasley. Loving that without Jaden Ivey and against the matchup he's playing against. I think this is cash. Decently high-scoring game, supposed to be. We're taking that. For sure. Anybody out for the... Oh, yeah. We were looking at Jacob being out. We didn't really. The matchup's good here. Opponent assists allowed. Bottom 15. Head-to-head. He went over both. Oh. How many potential assists? 19 and 15 potential assists in these games. That's insane. Scotty Barnes isn't a bad pick either. Over 5.5 assists. Without Jacob playing. Looks good. Head-to-head. Looks good. Not a bad pick there, I don't think. Kessler double-double. That's you're asking, double-double. You shot up quick with subscribers. I watch you at 300 subs. Yeah, bro. I don't really remember. I think it was this video right here that gave me like 300 subs. I got like this 4K video right here. I got like 300, 400 subs on it. It really boosted me up. And then I've been getting about 20 to 50 subs a video ever since. I just didn't have time to put out a video. You can see I'm live right now. 19 people watching. Bang. Y'all like these new style of thumbnails though? They're pretty clean, I think. New style. A little bit more touched up, I think, compared to these. Has my face in the middle instead of the side. Plus 125 for Kessler. Let's go look at that. If it's good, I want to take it at plus. Getting plus money. Let's see. Double-double. Kessler, don't see him. Players, Kessler. Walker Kessler. Yep, you're right, it's plus. FanDuel, it's plus. Yep, there it is, plus 125. He said it 60% of the time in his last 10, last 20, 60, last 5, 60, 2024, 52%. Is there anybody going to be out in this game? Colin Sexton is out, which probably is going to help. Bang, man. That looks good. 67% when Sexton doesn't play. 4 out of 6 games. In the games, bro, I really just wish. I hate how on double doubles it doesn't show what the stats were and stuff. Let's go look at head-to-head. I don't think they've played. But, I mean, in his last 5 without Sexton, he's gone over 4 out of 5 times. He didn't go over against the Lakers in his most recent game. I wish I could see the stats for that. We can go look at points plus assists and see real quick. He had 16 points. How many rebounds did he have in that game? Was he close? Rebounds. He had 8 rebounds. Yeah, he was pretty close to a double-double in that game too. So, but if we look at, let's go look at PRA so we can see like the matchup for it. 23rd in rebounds allowed, 4th in assists, 1st in points. He's a center. They're really good at guarding centers. So I'd be a little bit worried about that, but for plus money, it's not terrible. Double-double for Wendell Carter Jr. on Magic. He's being added to starting lineup tonight. Okay. He's being added to the starting lineup for the night's game. Okay, let's go look at it. I don't bet a ton of double-doubles. I don't really know why. Just really don't bet a ton of double-doubles. Wendell. Here he is. Obvious. Whoa, hold on now. My computer just lagged out for a second. Let's see. Obviously, he hadn't hit it if he hadn't been starting. But is there any way for us to check his projected minutes or anything? Because plus 350 is crazy. If we could find a way to give us a little bit of confidence in taking this, it would be great. PJ who? Washington? Plus 400 is crazy. PJ Washington rebounds, are you talking about? Yeah, PJ Washington. 9.5 is it? Damn. Oh, 10 boards. Okay. You didn't mean the line was there. You just meant he needs 10 boards to get it. I see why it's plus money right off the bat because the hit rate's pretty low on the season. Similar players look good. The matchup's really good. Has he played them? He went over back-to-back times against them. Okay, who isn't playing in this game? Without Gafford, his rebounds would probably go up. You would think. He's averaging 9 in the 2 games without Gafford that he's played. Without Luka, goes up a little bit more. Without Derek Lively, I mean, there's not a ton of trying to find ways to see if this hit rate jumps up anytime. Besides the head-to-head, that looks good. Let's see, what does his minutes look like? He's going to play 30-ish. He's going to play 30 to 40 minutes. It's pretty, we'll do 28 to 40. He's going to play somewhere in that range. We'll just do 41, it's fine. Somewhere in that range. When he's played his minutes, 28 plus, he went over both times. How many minutes did he play in that game? 25. He's not going to play 25 minutes. He's probably going to play more than that. He is coming back from an injury, though, so that scares me a little bit. That he'll be on a little bit of a restriction, but DeRozan RA 7.5. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that after this. We looked at DeRozan's points a little bit ago, and it wasn't a terrible play. Okay, so what was I gonna look at real quick? Oh yeah, let's look at what happens when he plays bad teams in rebounding. See if anything changes. That's pretty good to see. When he plays teams that are bottom 10 rebounds allowed, he's going over 70% of the time. Let's see if any of those games were without Luka. 85% without Luka. Gafford hadn't played a team in the bottom 10. Lively, 80%. And even against the Thunder, that's good to see because just the Thunder being the team they are. 66 without Kleber and I mean, I don't know. I mean, without Gafford. Without Luka. Gafford, he hasn't played a game without Gafford like that. But with Gafford being out and Luka obviously being traded on the Lakers, this is definitely a line you could look at. I mean, he had 19 rebounds against the Thunder, which is insane. And then 14 against the Pelicans the last time they played, literally less than a month ago. So, if you want to take this over because it's plus money, I don't hate it. I really don't hate it much. I'm seeing some stuff that would lean towards the over. Jose points without DeBron. Pelicans. Jose point without DeJounte Murray playing. Don't see a big difference here. The matchup's not great because they're top 10 in this. I mean, doesn't affect his hit rate much, but if y'all are new, hit the like button. Let's get to it's already at 14 likes. Oh, there's 15. Let's try to get to 20 likes if we can. If we get to 20 likes, I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I'll try to find one more pick. And y'all make sure you're subscribed to this free plan right here. Free plan, giving away free picks here, obviously. First link in the description. Go do it real quick. Go get on the free plan. And then I'll send you some. I might even send you a free pick today. Join the Discord too. Look at this. I gave out a free pick on the Discord yesterday. USC and Maryland right here. Look at this. Free VIP pick of the day. Make sure you're telling. I had USC versus Maryland to go over 152.5 total points. Sweat free, bro. 2 minutes left. It was already over. Absolute cash. I give away these all the time in my Discord. I give them away on the free plan as well. So join that. Join the Discord. And y'all come talk to me in here. It's a little bit lonely. It's a little bit lonely in here. Because I obviously haven't really promoted it much. But we're trying to get a couple hundred people in here. Make it fun. Kyrie over 2.5 3-pointers. We're at 18 likes. Let's get to 20. We'll keep it going. We'll take a couple more questions. Kyrie, let's see. 2.5 3-pointers made. Okay, he's hitting it at a 62% rate. The over's favored up a little bit. You can get it on different books at minus 130-ish. It's not bad. Minus 140. Not terrible. Oh, that's without Luka. Without Luka, he's hitting at a 62% rate. Without Luka playing. And then with Luka playing, added on 60% rate. Let's see what happens without when he doesn't have like Gafford. Gone over both times without Gafford, probably because he has to take over a little bit more. Lively goes up a little bit. Now let's see the matchup here. 27th 3-pointers allowed. 13th fastest pace. 27th rank against spot up. 29th in transition. 22nd against above the break threes. So this is a literally perfect matchup for him to go over. I looked at Karl-Anthony Towns under points, Cody Woodard. I will again in a little bit if you want me to, if you really want me to, but I looked at it and there wasn't really a reason to take either one. Like either way, I didn't see a reason to take the over or the under. The last two overtime games probably were a little bit of outliers, but I don't know. I didn't see anything to take the under, really. Pelicans, okay, let's see. Opponent 3-pointers allowed, bottom 10. Let's see. Doesn't affect much. Let's see. Against above the break threes, they're bottom as well. That should help a little bit. I mean, doesn't affect it much. Stays about the same. What's his dominant play type? Should be on here. That helps a little bit. Where's his dominant DPT? All I see is DSZ. DPT's right here, bro. Bottom. Are they bottom 20 in that? No, they're good against that. So I don't think Kyrie's over is crazy to take or anything because it's Kyrie and he's already hitting it at a 60% rate with nothing added. But with Gafford out, he does shoot a little bit more. And he does. I mean, he just went absolutely crazy against the Warriors. If you watch that game, just went absolutely stupid. Scored 42. But he also went over against the Knicks. He shot 9 threes. So the volume's there without Gafford especially. But I don't know. No problem, Cody. I'll look at it real quick for you, just show you why. Cat points. I'll be really quick because we already looked at this. But, hey, I got 18 viewers in here. 2 people go hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we'll stay on for a little bit longer. Trying to hold out. I'm going to wait for just a second. Let's see these likes go up. I see 18. I see 18 likes. Let's get it to 20. 20 likes. Can that happen? We've had over 200 different viewers on the stream so far, which is pretty good. 20 viewers on the stream right now. Hey, 20 viewers on the stream. I'm about to give y'all a crazy amount of value. We get to 20 likes. I'll find another pick. We'll find another pick for y'all. 20 likes. 19 likes, bro. One more. What? Did I lose a like? For real? That's insane. Y'all are tripping. Karl Anthony Towns points. What we were looking at. Somebody went back and liked. Somebody unliked and then liked it. The over's favored up a little bit. 25.5 is where you're getting it at. I could have swore I just saw it at 24.5 or 23.5. Yeah, I see the likes. I'll stay on. I'll look at Karl Anthony Towns and then we'll find another pick. The 2 picks that I've found so far are Jalen Green under 25.5 points plus rebounds. Malik Beasley over 14.5 points. And then Devin Vassell under 3.5 rebounds. I'll show y'all all the percentages real quick. Went under last time they played head-to-head. Jovic, same thing. Went over head-to-head in his points, 9.5. These are 2 free picks. And then not Wendell Carter. Don't go take Wendell Carter. We're looking at John Collins and his points plus rebounds at 23.5 to go over. I mean, look at the percentages. You can't deny it. 100, 90, 80, 72. Went over last time he played the Thunder. Those are 3 free picks that I was giving away. And then we found these 2 picks while we've been on stream. So, I like I like all those right now. That's 5 picks that I like. All right, we'll stay on. Dylan. We got the 20 likes that I was looking for. All right. So as far as the points go, we'll look at 24.5 for now. What line do you want to see it at, Dylan? 24, 25.5, 23.5? Where you want to see it at? Where you get? What book or app or whatever you looking at? Show me that, and we'll go from there. Just tell me what line you're trying to look at here. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button. 18 viewers, 22 likes. Appreciate it. If y'all are new, though, do hit the subscribe button. I make videos like this every single day, as you can see. Got a lot of subs recently, out of nowhere. I've only posted 36 videos. I've only been doing this for about a month, but I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to post every single day. Try to give y'all as much value as possible. Yeah, Preston, I saw that one, and he has been hitting super consistently. The only thing is that the matchup is really bad that he's playing against. Because he's playing the Magic, who obviously have a great defense and a slow pace. I'll look at that in a second. But Dylan, real quick, bro, if you want me to look at this, what line are you looking at? Or not Dylan, Cody. My fault, Dylan. You were talking about the likes. You were talking about PJ earlier. Cody, what are you looking at for Cat's line? And then I'll go look at it real quick. I'll look at it we'll go with 24.5. And then Dylan, I'll go look at Prince over as well. Nas Reed over 7.5 rebounds. All right. I'll look at those 3 and then we'll be done. 24.5. All right, I got you. Okay, so at 24.5, he's hitting at 50% on the season. The matchup isn't the greatest because he's playing the Cavs. The last time he played the Cavs, he only had 13. Not the greatest thing to look at. And you were talking about the under, right? You were talking about taking the under, I'm pretty sure. So if you're looking at the under here, then, under, yeah. Then I think this pick does lean a little bit towards the under. The reason that we stayed away from it earlier, and the reason that you're probably going to want to stay away from it, is he has played 8 back-to-back games this season, and look at what happens. In back-to-back games this season, he has gone absolutely crazy. 87.5% in back-to-back games. Obviously, this is going to be a back-to-back game. So, I mean, at 25.5, maybe you can make yourself want to take this under here. It goes up. I mean, he still is hitting pretty high at back-to-back games, which scares me a little bit. The matchup isn't the greatest, so you could lean towards the under just due to the matchup part of it, but he's gone crazy recently. Obviously, 2 overtime games helped that out, but I don't know. I just didn't really see a reason to take either one super strictly or like lean super hard one way. So get the Jazz real quick, see if we got any injuries going on. Colin Sexton, he's going to make a big difference for a lot of guys. 75, 75, 75. His PRA is probably pretty good. Yeah. It's not a terrible line right there. We can go look at this for everybody, though, and just see whose stuff changes the most. See, he's 4 for 4 with threes without Colin Sexton. What is it without Colin Sexton? Watch how big this jump probably is. I mean, dude, he's been going crazy recently when it comes to threes. What's the Oh, he's playing the Thunder. That makes me not like it as much. I wasn't even thinking about that. Shea, who ain't playing for the Thunder tonight? Just one guy. Did he go over against the Jazz last time? Of course he did. He had 54. 54. Let's go look at Naz Reid real quick. Naz Reid, rebound, 7.5. 30%. You're looking to take the over here? Yeah, over. Recently in his last, 6 games? Looks pretty good. Close on against the Cavs. He's playing the Rockets today, which obviously aren't a great matchup. Let's look at his minutes. 38, 33, 34. He's going to play between 30 and 40 minutes. Hit rate goes up a little bit there. Opponents rebound allowed. Top 10, though. Let's see what happens. 50%, not a great sample size. Low when he plays a top 15 team. But is there somebody out, which is why you like it maybe? Oh, there's a bunch of people out. Julius Randle, obviously, he's been out. Hit rate goes up without Julius. Dante's out. Hit rate goes up without him. Mike Conley might not play. Okay, so let's look at when all these guys are out and see if we can get a decent. I mean, yeah, without Julius Randle, it definitely looks a lot better without Julius Randle. The only thing that scares me is the matchup against the Rockets. What's the pace? 20th slowest pace. It's not a bad matchup, but it's not a great matchup either. Head-to-head. Went over last time. Without Julius Randle, he did go over. Without Dante and Julius Randle, he went over. The game before, both of them played, and he went under both times. So if you're going to take this, it's obviously because of Julius Randle not playing. I mean, 30% on the season. With Julius Randle not playing, it goes up to 62%. Without Dante playing, it goes up to 46%. So the percentage it rises when both of these guys aren't playing. So, yeah. Zach Edey, let's look over here on Outlier real quick and see what we're looking at. Looking at rebounds, under 7.5 rebounds. Let's see. The matchup's obviously ideal for us to take that. We can go look at it on Props Madness real quick too, just because I like Props Madness a little bit better. 7.5. Okay, if you're looking at it 7.5, probably a little bit better. 50% hit rate. Hasn't hit it 4 games in a row. Playing the Magic, who... This is points. Sorry. Here we go. Rebounds. Sorry. Last time I played the Magic, had 1 rebound, but he only played 13 minutes. His minutes are still pretty low, but he's probably going to play somewhere between like 15 and 23-ish, 25-ish. That's a little bit bigger range than he's probably going to get. He's probably not going to get 25 minutes. He's probably going to get closer to like 23 at the max. Something like that, which does make his percentage go down. The matchup is bad. He didn't hit it last time he played him. Opponent's rebounds allowed. Is there anybody not playing, though? Nope. So there's nothing we got to worry about there. Top 10 in rebounds allowed, 38%. Yeah, I mean, it's probably more of a lean than a lock. Like I would put it more as a lean than I would a lock. Just because it's not too favorable in either way. And the odds for the under is 146 here. 158 on Pinnacle. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. Anybody else you want to look at? Any games where there's some big injuries we could look at? Is Thompson rebounds a lock? Over? Under? I know we looked at it earlier. I just don't really remember what we looked at. Or like, if we were looking to take the under rebounds at 8.5. Is that the same line we were looking at? Because the Timberwolves are a good or like a bad matchup for him to go over. A good matchup for him to go under. He's averaging 8.9 on the year, so a little bit over the mark. He's hitting it 53% of the time. But with Jabari Smith in. Yeah, I remember this now a lot better. The reason I liked it so much is because, number one, when Jabari Smith is out, hit rate plummets. Number two, Timberwolves are top 10 in rebounds allowed. Top 15 teams against in rebounds allowed. 36% rate. Top 10. Didn't affect much. I know I saw something that was like, that made me like this a little bit more, I feel like. Yeah, it was assists. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was rebounds. Yeah, his under assist is a lock. If you're getting, you had it at 5.5. At like minus 120, right? That's cash. I love that. If you get that at minus 120, that would have been one of my favorite picks. I can't believe you got it at minus 120. That's insane. I like it. I really like it here because when Jabari is playing, he's hitting it at a 10% rate still, his assists. And at 4.5, yeah, I'm gonna go mark this down. Amen Thompson under assists. We'll do 4.5 or 5.5. Take plus money at under 4.5 if you can. Because I think plus money right here is pretty crazy. But I would rather take 5.5 if it was like minus 120. But at minus 150, I'd rather the plus money one. Jovic over isn't showing up. His 9.5 points. Is he questionable today, or is he not playing today or something? Game time decision. Have they already ruled him out? Or yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can refresh and see. Let me see if it still pulls it up here. I mean, it says game time decision right here. It would say out if he was out for sure. It might pop up later. I just keep a look at on it. It is annoying sometimes on Outlier. They'll have these lines, but it'll just be prize picks and underdog. Y'all like to bet straights or y'all like to bet parlays on apps? I think I like to bet straights. I like to have a lot of straights and then probably on a big slate, I like to have 10 straights. A value play, you want to value play just a plus money player prop, or you want to value play you want to pair two things together and make it plus money? Which one what are you talking about? What type of value play? Pair two things. Yeah, we can do that if you want. When I do that, I like to over assists and points or something. Let's try to figure something out. I got, yeah, we can find a value play, then I'll get off. So these are the 3 picks that we found, props madness that we like. These are the 3, not Zach Edey. John Collins, y'all know. John Collins, over 23.5 PR. And then Jovic, Devin Vassell. Almond, under 4.5 or 5.5. Malik Beasley, over 14.5 points. Jalen Green, under 25.5 points plus rebounds. I wish I had a... In Texas, they don't have sports books like good ones. All I have is Fliff and Rebet. So I can't even get on one online to try to make a little value play. We can go look at Rozier real quick and see his 3-point thing, because I know we looked at that earlier. We can maybe add that in the value play. They don't even have it on here. That's annoying. Yeah, see, all these guys are game time decisions, so I don't know why they don't have Jovic on other stuff. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I do that too. Some say you like a player prop a lot, like you like. Say you like, I don't know. Let's say you like Bam to go over points or something, and you're super confident in it. You can just pair a highly favored money line to go over that you like too. Like, I know some of my friends bet, they bet the Lakers money line when they played the Hornets, and it was like minus 1,100. You want to pair 2 of my picks on a parlay. Which ones do you like? Everyone's saying Bam to go over. Let's go look. I had Bam over a little while ago, and he ended up getting ruled out. I think it was going to... I really liked it, too, but he ended up getting ruled out. He's been playing good recently, too. 17.5. It's hard to know, bro. I need to know if these people aren't playing. Like, if these guys aren't playing, obviously it's going to make a big difference. Like, without Jovic, Bam doesn't do anything. But with Jovic, he plays a little bit better. So it's hard to know when these guys are game time decisions, bro. But the matchup is, matchup's okay. He went under twice, over once. Yeah, I can see that. Him moving to power forward. Is there anything else? If I was going to pair something together, pair Malik Beasley over points with Amon Thompson under 4.5 or 5.5. If you pair Malik Beasley over points with Amon Thompson under 4.5, it's going to be probably like high plus. If you pair it with under 5.5, you're going to get a plus value bet, a decent one. And I think that's a good 2-legger to run if you want to run a parlay. Obviously, that's up to you. It's a 2-man that I like. Is there any games that I haven't looked at, really? Looked at Jalen. We can look at all these Raptors or Rockets players with Jabari Smith and see if any of these guys' stuff jumps like crazy up with him playing. Let's see, points. Obviously, we already looked at that. That's just insane, bro. At 5.5, he's hitting a 0% with Jabari Smith playing. That's insane, bro. It's just unreal. One of the best picks of the day by far. Okay, This is a decent one right here. With Jabari Smith, he's hitting at a 76% rate. He's already hitting pretty high. I bet the over's favored a lot, though. Minus 170, yeah, I probably don't want to take that. Points, assists, rebounds. Let's add the Timberwolves are top 5 in assists and see what happens to Tari Eason. 0%. Another 0%er on the Rockets. Averaging 0.7 in these games. So I like this I like Tari Eason under assist too. Obviously you don't want to bet on multiple people, but like in the same game. But Jabari Smith coming back from his injury. What does he do without Fred playing? He's gone over 2 there. Rebounds, dang it. Rebounds both times. Like plus points plus rebounds probably went over easy. Bad matchup though, and he's coming off an injury. I probably will stay away from it. Anthony Edwards without Julius Randle. He's been pretty good without Julius Randle. Well, he's been about average without Julius Randle. Not average, but like 50% hit rate at 28.5. Assists, he's gone under more, probably because he tries to take over points-wise a little bit more. The Rockets are really good in allowing assists. Opponent assists allowed, top 10. 50, top 15. Doesn't change much. Rebounds. Without Julius Randle, he's been we can run this back right here too. I like this right here. Rockets are 8th in rebounds allowed. That makes. He went over against the Rockets though. We're gonna run with this. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards over rebounds 5.5. Not 6.5. 5.5. I like it there. Without Julius Randle, he's sitting at 63% right on the season already, so he goes and gets boards over this line at 5.5. But when Julius Randle does not play, first let's see what he does without Dante. Without Dante, jumps up a little bit too. Without Rudy Gobert, who might not play, he's hit 1 time. Without Mike Conley, he hits super consistently. He's also a game-time decision. And then without Julius Randle, the most important one, he's hit over every single time. So, Anthony Edwards over 5.5 rebounds. I'm going to lock that in too because I locked that in not too long ago. And it was cash. It cashed me. I think I locked it in when he played the Thunder. Yeah, it was the Thunder. And he had 7. Went over easy. It's a no sweat. Nasri without Julius Randle. Anything jump up a lot? No. Jump up a lot for Jaden McDaniels. Rebounds jumps up a lot for Jaden McDaniels too. And you're getting plus money here, so. But the matchup obviously isn't the greatest matchup ever. I want to see what he does without Dante playing. Doesn't change a ton. Obviously, if Anthony Edwards doesn't play, that changes a lot. Then Warriors, there's no injuries. Is it a good matchup for Zach LaVine? No, it's not a good matchup for Zach LaVine. He's gone under a lot recently, except for this last game. So let's look at this real quick. Let's look at top 10. Drops off. Number 1. Wow, it's in a restricted area, yeah. Kuminga's not playing, though, so that probably isn't as true as the stats say. Fading Rudy Gobert rebounds. Let's see. 11.5. Julius Randle being out. He's hitting at a little bit more consistent rate, so. He did go under against the Rockets last time. I think I took his under against the Rockets last time, actually. But I'm sticking with these 4, unless I find something else in a different game, probably. And we'll just go through each game one more time and look for any injuries. See if we can find something that looks good. So, let's go till we get the Knicks. Anybody out? Josh Hart's out, but it's such a small sample size, you don't even really know what to expect. He's gone under both times again. I mean, Jalen Brunson, I wouldn't hate fading his points. I really wouldn't. Because without Josh Hart, he just doesn't play as good. I mean, he's only played 2 games without him. He went under both times, and the Bulls were actually a good matchup for him. So, and they won the game, so I don't hate that under. His assists went crazy last time he played without him. Rebounds under both. Threes under both times. And the matchup against the Cavs, it's okay, but it's not the greatest. See if this makes him drop off. Yeah. See, I mean, Jalen Brunson's under isn't terrible. I might do a live tomorrow. It just depends. I'll look at Max Struz and then I'll hop off. And I'll recap the picks real quick. Right before I hop off. Let's go points plus rebounds. All right. Max Struz, threes. 38% rate. The under's favored minus 184. See what happens when, there's nobody not playing. So, if Dean Wade doesn't play, it doesn't change much. I'm probably just staying away from this one. Hadn't played the Knicks before. Similar players are going under. The under's favored too much. Probably just stay away. But real quick, I'll recap with y'all. Devin Vassell, under 3.5 rebounds. Jovic, over 9.5 points, if you can find it on a book. John Collins, over 23.5 points plus rebounds. I'll just show you all the percentages really quick. Went over last time head-to-head, 72 on the season. All these percentages look great for each one of these guys that I'm betting on. Hold on, let me take this off. Look really good, really good. Head-to-head went over last time. Head-to-head went under last time. Good percentages all across the board, 2024. And then Jalen Green, under 25.5 points plus rebounds. Malik Beasley, over 14.5 points. Amen Thompson, under assists. And then Anthony Edwards, over 5.5 rebounds. That's it. Y'all go lock these in. And hopefully we'll come back tomorrow and print some money. I'll see y'all next time.